Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to learn about the structure padding in the C language. Structure padding adds one or more empty bytes of memory between the memory address to align the data in the memory. So padding means it will add some empty bytes of memory allocations for the already existing address. Okay, so we are going to apply this, we are going to add this empty bytes of memory for the data members of the structure. So here I am considering an example of a student structure with data members A, B and C. So here A, B are of a character type and C is of integer type. So normally in the case of 16-bit machine, so here the integer will occupy 2 bytes of data. But in the case of the 32-bit machine, it will occupy 4 bytes of data. The int will occupy 4 bytes of data. So in the case of 16-bit machine, it will occupy 2 bytes of data. So this is the definition part of the structure member. And here we are declaring a variable called student1. So when this variable is declared, then the compiler is going to allocate the memory for the student structure. Okay. So it will allocate the 1 byte of memory for A because it is of character type, and 1 byte of memory for B, and 2 bytes of memory for C. And we know that structure is going to allocate the memory continuously. Okay. So here how the structure occupies the contiguous block of memory as shown in the above diagram. So here 1 byte for character A and 1 byte for B and 4 bytes for C. So here we are considering the 32-bit machine. So in 32-bit machine, integer occupies 4 bytes of memory. So in this manner the data members of the structure will be occupied. So now let us see why do we need the structure padding. The processor does not read 1 byte at a time. It will read one word at a time. Okay. So now the processor will not read 1 byte of memory location at a time. It will read one word. That means one word means 4 bytes of memory it will read. Okay. In the case of 32-bit processor, it will read 4 bytes of memory. And if you have a 64-bit processor, then the processor will read 8 bytes at a time. Okay, so if you are having 32-bit processor, it will read 4 bytes of memory at a time. 64-bit processor if you are having, then it will read 8 bytes of memory at a time. That means here, so one word equals to 4 bytes in 32-bit processor and one word equals to 8 bytes in 64-bit processor. Since we are using the 32-bit processor as an example in this program, so we are considering the 32-bit processor. So in each cycle it is going to read one word of data. That means in each CPU cycle it is going to read 4 bytes of data from the memory. So here the problem is, while accessing the character A and character B, there is no problem as both the variables can be accessed in one CPU cycle. But we will face the problem when we access the integer C variable, as 2 CPU cycles are required here. Okay. So here we are going to see the padding of data. Okay. So we know that the one word occupies 4 bytes of data in 32-bit processor. So we are going to pad the data here. Okay. So here the problem will arise. So here for one CPU cycle where it is going to read 4 bytes of data. So character A, character B. So both will occupy 1 byte of data. Okay. But one CPU cycle will read 4 bytes of data. Right. So that's why we are adding some extra bits. There is 2 bytes of data I am going to add here. Okay. Which are empty bytes. Okay. So we are going to add 2 bytes of empty data after the character A and character B. Okay. So then, this will occupy one word of data. That means 4 bytes of data will be completed here. So at one CPU cycle, it is going to read this entire data. In another CPU cycle, it is going to read the integer C, which is of 4 bytes of data. So here one word will occupy 4 bytes of data. So in the second CPU cycle, it will read the variable C, right? The total memory occupied by the structure is 8 bytes, right? 1 byte plus 1 byte plus 2 bytes that are empty bytes, which we have padded for the structure numbers A and B, and 4 bytes for integer, so which is greater than the previous one. So in the first example, we have taken 1 plus 1 plus 4 bytes, that is totally 6 bytes of memory, right? But here it is occupying 2 bytes extra, right? So it is occupying 2 bytes of extra data, that is the empty bytes of memory we have added for the convenience of CPU cycle. Okay, so 2 bytes of padding of bits are added here. Okay, so although the memory is vested in this case, the variable can access within a single cycle. So it can access the variables in this. In the first cycle, it will access A and B. In the second cycle, it will access the integer C. Okay, so this is how the structure padding is done. Okay, so here the problem occurs when the character A and character B, there is no problem as both the variables can be accessed in a single cycle. Okay, but we will face the problem when we access the integer variable. That's why we have divided the structure members into two parts, and we have padded the empty bytes of memory here after the character A and B variables. Suppose if you change the order of the variables here. So in the previous case, I have taken character A, B and C, character A, character B and integer C. So now we will change the order here. That is character A, integer B and character C. So this type of allocation will occupy 12 bytes of memory. So how it will occupy? So normally it will occupy like this. So A will occupy 1 byte of memory and integer B. So B will occupy 4 bytes of memory and C will occupy 1 byte of memory. That is totally 6 bytes of memory will be allocated. But so if you want that a 32-bit machine, say a CPU cycle will occupy 1 word of, so it will read 1 word of data at a time. That means 4 bytes of data will be read at a time. Okay, so that's why we are going to pad the data here. Pad the empty bytes of data for this one. So character A will occupy 1 byte of memory. Okay, and for one CPU cycle it occupies 4 bytes of memory. So extra 3 bytes must be padded here. Okay, so like this A will be completed. So next B will occupy 4 bytes of memory. Okay, so B will occupy 4 bytes of memory. Okay, so next C will occupy only 1 byte of memory. C will occupy only 1 byte of memory. But for a single CPU cycle, the CPU will read 4 bytes of memory. So 3 extra bytes must be added here. So here we are padding 3 bytes of data and 3 bytes of data. Totally we are padding 6 bytes of data. So the total length here is 4 plus 4 plus 4, that is 12 bytes of data, where the total memory is 12 bytes of data. Okay, and it will take 3 CPU cycles to read this type of data. Okay, so total memory occupied by the structure is 12 bytes, that is 4 bytes plus 4 bytes plus 4 bytes. So although the memory is vested in this case, so in 3 CPU cycles we can easily access the data. Okay, so how to avoid the structure padding in C language? Okay, so to avoid the structure padding in C language, so there is, we cannot do anything actually, but the structural padding is a inbuilt process that is automatically done by the compiler. Okay, so to overcome this problem, we are going to use a directive called pragma pack1 directive. Okay, so we can avoid the wastage of memory using the pragma pack1 directive. Okay, so if you want to avoid the wastage of memory in the structure, you have to include the pragma pack1 directive in the header file. Okay, struct base, and here we are taking the 3 variables, that is A, B, C as data members. Okay, and here A occupies 4 bytes of data, B occupies 1 byte of data and C occupies double, right? Double means 8 bytes of data it will occupy. Okay. So struct base variable, size of the variable is size of the particular variable. So totally it will calculate. Okay. So here structure packing. So actually it will occupy 4 plus 1 plus 8. That means it will occupy 13 bytes of data. Okay. So it will occupy 13 bytes of data. Suppose if you are going to apply the structure packing here. So for the structure packing, so A will occupy 4 bytes of data and B will occupy 1 byte of data only. Okay, so we are padding 3 bytes of extra data. Okay, and C will occupy 8 bytes of data. So totally it will occupy 8 bytes of data. C will occupy 8 bytes of data. So one CPU cycle will access 4 bytes of data. So 4 plus 8. So totally it will occupy 16 bytes of data. That means we are actually padding 3 bytes of data extra here. Okay. So to avoid the wastage of memory, we are using the Pragma Pack1 directive to provide the 1 byte packaging. So if you do not use this directive, then the output of this program will be 16 bytes. But the actual size of the structure members is 13 bytes. So 3 bytes are wasted. Okay. So this is about the structure packing and padding in C language. And thanks for watching my video. So here the size of the variable will be declared as 13. Okay. So it will read the size of the variable as 13. Okay. So this is about the structure packing and padding in C language. Thanks for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.